I don't know who need to hear this here, but I ain't got no sympathy for you, nigga. I ain't got no sympathy for you at all, nigga, cause you done laid on that bump, nigga. You done wore them shackles, nigga. You know how I feel to be wrote off, man. Nigga, hug your motherfucking self, nigga, and get up. Get up, nigga. Don't nobody owe you nothing. The world don't owe you nothing, nigga. If anything, they gonna open that motherfucker and kick you back in that pit of hell, nigga. You better tighten up, my nigga, and realize, my nigga. I don't know who need to hear this.
What they do, YouTube. Hit like, follow, subscribe, hit the notification button. Hit the notification button. Look here, man, we want to appreciate all y'all subscribers who tune in to watch Street Elements Magazine. Man, we got some good things coming down the pipe for you guys, man. Check this out, though. Today, man, I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself. You know, my name KC. I started this magazine company in 2006. It was around 2006, the summer of 2006. That's when the idea of me publishing a magazine came into existence. And basically, I was trying to figure a way how to get out the game. You know how most of y'all get in the game, most of us get in the game, but we never think about getting out. Well, at that time, I was thinking about getting out because I had just got out of state prison. You know, that time in state prison, I felt as though I got railroaded. That's when I had the racketeering case and I went to state prison. So when I got out, I got right back in the game. You know, it was available again. So I decided to get back in the game like most of us do, you know. And this is why I'm trying to warn you guys now not to do this. But anyway, I got back in the game, elevated real quick because I already know what to do. I already know how to get plugs. I know how to take risks. I know how to network, communicate with other ethnic groups. That'll help you elevate real quick out here in the game. So I was able to do that. But it was I was thinking though, you know, because during that time you still had some of these same officers, people still working the streets, still trying to throw down on you, basically, you know. And I didn't want to take that risk, you know. But I started thinking about how I'm gonna get out the game. Yeah, I started thinking how I'm gonna get out this game, man. So I used to be in the record industry, like many of us did when we had that money. We used to be in the record industry trying all type of stuff. But at that time, state property was real making a lot of noise in the streets. And Al Poe character came by, and Richard Porter character came down here to Florida. I started hearing about it. And then I heard about Feds magazine and Don Diva magazine. And I was reading through these publications. And I was like, damn, man, you know, that same type of content is here in Florida. That same content is here in Atlanta. I mean, the whole South got them same type of street legends. Like, you know, like the street legends of New York. You know, Guy Fisher. Kurt, you know, what the other niggas? Guy Fisher, Kiwi Kirkland, Bumpy Johnson, you know, Al Poe, Richard Porter, you know, Fat Cat Nichols, all these guys that were so-called street legends in New York and everywhere else. They had the same thing going on down here in the South. So I said, you know what, man, I'm going to make a magazine. And I'm going to call it Street Elements Magazine. That's how that name came about. That's how that name came about. But at the time, now, I'm still in the game now. At the time, I'm still moving. I'm moving work, you know. And I'm steady searching for a bigger and better plug at the time. You know. I'm searching for a bigger and better plug. So just so happened, this is why I'm saying, man, this just so happened, some of my people who had been in the feds for a while got out. And they knew some people in Texas, some Mexicans in Texas. And basically what they needed was to prove that they had somebody on the other end who had some money that was willing to purchase some work. So I said, okay, guess what? Check this out. I go ahead and front 40,000 and go ahead and let them know it's for real, and then we'll go from there. So that's how we kicked it off. We kicked it off with that right there. So now I got a little plug going. I got a little something I'm working on, trying to get something established, right? But in the midst of it, I'm trying to figure out a way out of the game, because once I started making this magazine, this became something more important than selling drugs. It became more important than selling drugs. Yeah. Me putting together this magazine became more important than selling drugs. I used to tell dudes, hold up, because I'm learning how to do graphics. I'm learning how to do graphics. I'm at Myron's shop all day. God bless the day, Myron. He was a photographer. He was a barbershop guy. He knew how to do graphics. He was the one that kind of educated me on how to do graphics. And that's how I learned how to put together a magazine. Also, was a young man named Rich. Rich right now still does a lot of photography right now, you know. So it is what it is, man. I took that time, I learned how to do a new skill, and I basically I seen something. I seen a way out. You know? I seen a way out of the game. So I came up with Street Elements magazine. So I remember we published our first issue 101. It had the street legend from Tampa named Bob Boone. He was a soldier. Good dude. Also, it had Joe Campbell, who was a big-time dope boy in our city back in the days. You know? They had one of the biggest crack cocaine buses in the late 80s, you know? So I had did an article on that in the first issue of Street Elements magazine. And I may have one of those issues in here, but I doubt it. I printed 6,000 copies of that first issue, and I sold every last one of them. Probably like got 5 left, if that. Probably 2 left. True story. But anyway, I started working on issue number 2. Is the game gonna be sold, or is the game being told? You see? And we had pliers on the back cover. You see? We had pliers on the back cover. So you get some history right here. Let's see who else we had in here back then. We had Strokers advertising with us back then from a people in Atlanta. You see Strokers? We had Strokers back then. We had a real estate agent. We had Toro out of Miami. Anybody out of Miami, y'all remember Toro? He had a nice mixtape at the time. We got Red Eyes in here. See, this old throwback right here. She's still around. She's just thicker now. So we been had them babies in her. We had my homegirl Lisa out of Jacksonville. See that G-style cover? See that mail call section? Lord Drac. Come on, man. See, we just reminiscing. Look at here. Here go my man Papa Duck. Here go my man Papa Duck. There go my boy Pitt out of Jacksonville. See? Papa Duck. We been out there in the streets doing this for real, man. Papa Duck had a 2-pager. We got JT Money. M.I.A.O. the movie. You see that right there? M.I.A.O. the movie. See, this publication was the second one that I ever published. A lot of networking was done. I'm gonna just show you some more. Fat Joe. I'm gonna repost these pictures, man, on Instagram. DJ Khaled, that's a throwback. So we've been around for a minute, man. We've been around for a minute doing this same thing. Now we just digital. Now we get to bring them stories right here and present them to you over the airways, on YouTube, you know. But let's go back into the magazine situation, man. I'm going to tell you, man, it's too long, but I'm going to go ahead and speed up. So once I started making this magazine, like I told you guys, this became more important than selling dope. So I wanted to find a way up out of the game, and I thought this was going to be the way out of it, right? So I had to got the plug going from Texas to down this way. But I had to go to North Florida to go pick up my work. You know? Now, this was something different. I was never used to going to pick up work on the road. I never was doing that before. Back in the days, I had a Colombian plug, and the Colombians do front door service. They're going to bring it to you. This right here was the third person involved, so I had to go where they at, so we meet in the middle. I grab the work, get the work back downhill. You know? But I remember going, the last night I was going to get this work, I thought about it. I contemplated all that day about not going. But I end up, you know how we do as humans, we talk ourselves out of our instinct. And I went ahead and went up there and got to work, still felt something wasn't right. And on the way back, I got pulled over with 4 bricks in the car. I said, damn. I got pulled over with 4 bricks in the car. I was like, boy, look at her. And I had somebody with me in the car, a female friend of mine. And actually, let me get her up here so she could tell her part of the story. But boy, look at her, man. When them lights came on, bro, it seemed like it was the end of the world, man. I'm going to tell you no lie, dog. When them lights came on, I was like, boy, look at here. What the fuck I'm going to do? I'm on I-75 heading south, and I'm in Marion County. What I'm going to do, dog? And the first thing I thought about, my motherfucking magazine. I was like, man, what the fuck? I was like, look, man, I just finished this one. This magazine here was, you see where it was going at. And man, I got knocked off. I said, damn. They said they pulled me over because my tag light wasn't working. Now, it's more to it than this now. It's more to it than this. I'm just telling you a short version of it. And it's really just to show, man, it's too long of a story, but I'm going to give it to you. I just knew I had to let everybody down, basically. I let myself down. I let my family down. I let my magazine down. Because once I'm gone, everything gonna stop. Or it's just a matter of time. But I got away that night. Now I'm gonna tell y'all this. I got away that night. I'm gonna tell y'all the story. But I got away that night. I eventually got caught later on, like weeks later. Went to prison. Good thing it was just cocaine, and good thing it was only 4 kilos instead of 5. Cause 4 kilos give you a 5-year minimum mandatory. And then 5 kilos give you a 10-year minimum mandatory. So I only had 4 instead of 5. That was a good thing. And when I came back, it was basically gonna do it again. You know, we're gonna do it again. And that's what we've been doing. That's why I'm here now. You know, just giving y'all guys some information about me and about this company and the importance of sending your people a magazine if they're doing time. This helps them get by the time. It helps them get by. They like to read, educate themselves, entertain themselves. This puts them in a different mind state instead of inside that prison all day. So if you got a loved one in prison, send them a copy of Street Elements magazine. I was just running off, I was just reminiscing, kind of give you guys some insight about me and this magazine. I actually, like I said, when I went to prison, my mom and Derek, they stepped in and ran it for a while. They did the best they could. They actually transformed this logo to what it is now. See how it was? This was my graphics. Then when I left, Derek came up with something like this. You know, so it done elevated over the time. But once again, man, y'all continue to hit like, follow, subscribe, share, do everything you need to do. Hit the notification. Anything y'all saying, we gonna definitely appreciate it. You know, do what we need to do with it. If you got a loved one in prison, we'd rather you send them a copy of Street Elements magazine. That's the best way anybody can support this platform, is by sending your loved ones a copy of the #1 magazine publication in the nation. And we got them babies enough. Make it happen or you capping.
I don't know who need to hear this here, but I ain't got no sympathy for you, nigga. I ain't got no sympathy for you at all, nigga, cause you done laid on that bump, nigga. You done wore them shackles, nigga. You know how I feel to be wrote off, man. Nigga, hug your motherfucking self, nigga, and get up. Get up, nigga. Don't nobody owe you nothing. The world don't owe you nothing, nigga. If anything, they gonna open that motherfucker and kick you back in that pit of hell, nigga. You better tighten up, my nigga, and realize, my nigga. I don't know who need to hear this.